I'm planning to ride 30 hours this week with 3 hard interval sessions. Do I have what it takes to survive this monster week? Or will I crack before the end?
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do?
We're on the beautiful sunny Côte d'Azur. It's January, but the weather still delivers. We're climbing out of Parc Montboron from Nice. Beautiful views, and then Monaco's further that way. I'm gonna stick mostly to the coast today. It's a little bit chilly, even though it's sunny. And once you hit inland, it gets cold fast. I had an incident in Girona about a week ago where my bike packing bag got caught in the front wheel and broke the brake hose. I just replaced the hose a few days ago, but it seems like I did something wrong because the pads aren't retracting like they're supposed to. I've got to try to fix this. It's ridiculous. I just went across the top of Monaco. Now I'm going to the bottom of the famous Col de la Madone. Gonna do my intervals there. This climb was made famous by Lance Armstrong doing his tests here before the Tour de France. And now the current guys that live in Monaco still like to test on it. So Tadej has the KOM at an obscene speed. I wanna go for this segment eventually. Definitely can't beat Tadej's time, but I can see what my speed is like on these intervals today. Oh, first one down. 4:24 average. Felt harder than I should have. There's only like 20 seconds down or so on Poggi at the end of the interval, which is nice to see. Oh, second one done. 4:22 average. 4:22 average again on that one. Third one down. 2 to go. Oh. I just finished the fourth interval up here at the top of the Antennas climb. This is a bit of a lesser known niche climb that you go to from the top of Col de la Madone. Really quiet, peaceful, and look at these views of the snow caps out here. Oh, what a treat. Cute cat at the fountain. Hello, mister. Oh, I could only just manage 400 on that last one. Oh, it's feeling pretty bad. Not quite the numbers I wanted to get out of this workout, but I think it was still really solid. I think it was just a little bit of a reach doing it after 6.5 hours yesterday, maybe. Legs are just a little tired, but still got it done. And now I'll spin around for a couple hours and head home. Whew. Feeling a little cooked. Gonna have my recovery shake now. I've also got some pasta that I made yesterday. For a tough session like this, I try to usually have something that I can just heat up and eat straight away after the ride. Day one's done. 4 hours down, only 26 more to go. You can see my mobility and strength routine here. I do about 5 to 15 minutes of this before every ride, and it's to prevent any niggles or imbalances that would affect me on the bike. You can see I do a lot of work with the resistance band, glute activation, dynamic stretching, and a little bit of static stretching. This is just what I found works for me. It's Tuesday, day 2 of the 30-hour week. Today we have just 4.5 hours easy endurance. The idea with this session is to actually recover a bit after the VO2 intervals yesterday before I hit threshold intervals tomorrow. That's the thing with a 30-hour week, is there's really no free days. Even on this relatively easy day, we gotta knock out 4 hours to keep the volume ticking along. I'm gonna give you guys a little backstory on me and how I'm able to tackle a 30-hour week like this. So my journey with endurance sports started freshman year of high school when I began rowing. I had a really formative rowing coach. He was a bit crazy, but he really pushed us to get the best out of ourselves and commit in a way that I never had before. And I ended up getting recruited to row at Harvard by my senior year of high school. The summer before my first year of university is when I got on the road bike for the first time.
I took a trip to Switzerland, started in Geneva, rented a road bike, and the first day I decided to ride into France. I ended up getting lost, crashing about 5 times because I didn't know how to use clip-in pedals, and I got yelled at by a McDonald's employee for going through the drive-thru on my bike at 1 in the morning. But eventually made it back to Geneva, and of course from that point on I was hooked on cycling. I was still rowing through university, but in 2020 when COVID hit, rowing stopped, so I had nothing else to train for, and like many other people I spent an unhealthy amount of time indoors on Zwift during that period. And over the next few years while I was working, I did some road racing, but I had a bad crash in 2021 and eventually realized that the risk of road racing for me was just too much and I wasn't going to make it to the world tour anyway. So I stopped racing in 2023. But then about a year ago, I decided to leave my software engineering job at Zwift behind and move to France to experience a different pace of life. And now I'm riding full-time, chasing KOMs and trying to be the best version of myself. So that's how I ended up here doing a 30-hour week. Not because anyone's paying me to do it or forcing me to do it, but because I genuinely love it and this is what I'm passionate about.
Whoa.
Pain au chocolat, brioche sucre.
I'm about to hop in the sauna for a heat session. The idea here is to raise the core body temperature. That stimulates the body to increase blood plasma volume, and that increased blood plasma volume comes with more red blood cells, so you get a performance benefit. I'm going to do 45 minutes. It's pretty brutal in there. Heart rate usually gets over 120. It's basically like doing zone 2 sitting down. Just finished the sauna session, 45 minutes, still steaming. Body temp was 38.7 when I got out. So, successful session, but I'm cooked, literally. It's Tuesday. We're about 9 hours in, 21 to go. Today was meant to be an easier day and help me recover before tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably the crucial session of the week, 6 hours with 4 by 15 minutes threshold. I'm gonna eat these oranges and basically just eat as much as I possibly can. Try to load up before tomorrow. Attention s'il vous plaît. Maybe not my best choice of a place to do that interval. I thought I'd be done before the flat section, but I still had like a minute and a half to go. The average came down quite a lot at the end there, but felt decent. Second one down, 380 average. Just finished the third interval, 386 average. I want to get to 6 hours today, so yeah, gonna make that the last interval. I could definitely do a fourth one, but I think it might compromise the rest of the ride and the rest of the week. I've got 2.5 hours more endurance riding to do. Last real climb for the day done on the top of Col de Braus. Pretty much downhill to Nice from here, hour to go. Biggest day of the week wrapped up, went pretty well. So
Let's get home before the sun sets. Sick sunset.
Day 3, completed it. We're about 14 and a half hours in of the 30-hour week, so 15 and a half to go. That's the second of the 3 hard interval sessions done today. 3 by 15 minutes around threshold, or just a little bit under. I actually felt pretty good, considering the VO2 workout on Monday didn't go very well. I thought today went about as well as it could. The average power for the intervals looks a little bit low, but it's hard to have a high average power on some of these climbs that I'm doing because the hairpins bring it down a lot. But we're now at the point of the evening where I was tracking my food for today, as you've seen in the video, and I'm still a little over 2,000 calories short of energy equilibrium for the day. So I'm gonna do my best on this sleeve of cookies, but I don't think we're gonna get to 2,000 calories.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are, mysterious. That's the part you always show.
Thursday, day 4 of the 30-hour week is complete. We're at about 20 hours, so got 10 more to do in the next 3 days. I actually felt better than I expected today. I had a nice group to ride with, as you saw, and that helps to have the time go by a lot faster for sure. It's looking good to complete the 30-hour week now. Feeling pretty confident. Front loaded this one pretty big, so yeah, just got to bring it into the finish now.
Down with cruise ships. The content.
Friday complete. That's day 5 of the 30-hour week. Did a little over 4 hours today and brought the ride time for the week up to 24 and a half. Only 2 days left to go, and tomorrow's a rest day. Normally I would take my rest day a little bit earlier and try to do like a 3 or 4 day block instead of this sort of 5-day block that I did. But I just moved things around a little bit so that I could take my rest day on the weekend when it's supposed to rain. I actually felt all right today, even though it's like 5 days in, and I've already done now in the last 7 days over 30 hours. I mean, it was just easy endurance, but if I'm really cooked, I can tell on the ride. Got in another sauna session. I don't want to hit the sauna too hard because you can definitely overdo it. It seems to be going all right so far. Not feeling like I'm doing too much. Recovery day. 2 hours easy on the trainer, just to keep a little volume going. It's nice enough here that I can, if it rains, it's not really worth going out. It'll be sunny again in a couple days, so just gonna stick to the trainer for today. These are galettes de roi. They're king cake in English. It's a pastry made in France in January, particularly for the Epiphany holiday, but really for all of January. You'll see them in every bakery around here. It's a puff pastry on top and bottom with some frangipane in the center. It's a fun little dessert. Usually you would have what's called a fève inside, a small bean or baby. Fun little rest day activity to pay homage to my my new home. Gonna eat some more of this and get carved up. I have a huge trainer session tomorrow with a 6 by 20 minute sweet spot. So gonna get fueled up for that. It's supposed to still be raining tomorrow. It was crazy windy outside. I took some to my my friend's place so they could try some. And the galette was almost flying out of my hands. It was so windy. Yeah, we'll be on the trainer and knocking that one out tomorrow to finish off the 30-hour week. Today it was just an hour and a half easy spin. I think my heart rate average was 101 on the trainer. So super easy, but just a little bit of volume and recovering, and hopefully I'll feel really good tomorrow for this last session of the week. Only 4 more to go, 26 done. I can definitely do it at this point. Last session of the week. Here we go. Goal is to do 4 hours with 6 by 20 minutes at a sweet spot. Hopefully about 350 to 360, somewhere in there. I did an 8 by 20 version of this workout like last week, but at the end of the 30-hour week, definitely that might be a little bit ambitious. So if I can get through 6 of them, I'll be pretty happy with that. Just finished the zone 2 block before the intervals start. About to do the first one. 20 minutes at 350 with 3 minutes rest, repeated 6 times. Pretty simple workout. In my opinion, you don't need to make them complicated. Just gonna listen to music, try to zone out, and enter the Zen state at 350 watts. Last interval done. Brought up the power a little bit through them. Last one was 367. Definitely started to feel hard there at the end. That kind of workout for me, the muscular endurance is the hardest part. That much fairly high torque kills the muscles. Even if aerobically it's not that hard. And the first few feel like trivially easy, but then it just slowly builds. And yeah, after 2 hours at that intensity, it's pretty hard. Gonna finish out another hour at endurance and we'll be done with the 30-hour week. All right, just passed over the 30-hour mark for the week. Over 4 hours for this ride. Feeling pretty cooked. Happy with it though. That's the week complete. Got to the goal. That's 30 hours. Had 3 high quality workouts this week. Hit them all pretty well. The real test is if I can keep this going. The key with these big overreaching weeks is you've got to rest eventually. In the past, I didn't really understand that as well. And I think a lot of people make the mistake of you see gains and you just keep pushing, trying to do more and more. But the fitness really comes when you rest.